So this is the gaps and cracks. Okay. Back again. Next step of the van build is floor.
Yep, today we're going to be installing our waterproof vinyl plank flooring. We wanted to go with a very light, natural, but warm color for our floor, but for some reason it is incredibly hard to find natural shades in vinyl flooring, probably because it's not natural wood. So we ended up having to go with a shade a bit darker than we would like, but we'll hopefully just lighten up the space with a light rug eventually.
But we don't absolutely hate it. It just wasn't exactly
It's not
what
the
we wanted.
worst. To start our floor today, we will be sealing all our edges with Great Stuff foam spray for an extra waterproof barrier. We will also be using a vapor tape for our subfloor to cover the cracks where the subfloor pieces
where all
meet.
of the different subfloor pieces of plywood meet, just to have extra sealant. These all latch into each other, and like she said, they're waterproof, so.
And no adhesive is required for these because they're tongue and groove. All right, so let's dive in. First step is to use this Reflectix tape to seal these cracks in the subfloor from putting two pieces of plywood together.
So this is the gaps and cracks we were talking about. We want to seal that, seal the crack on the subfloor, this subtle crack right here, so that way it's completely waterproof around the edges too.
Check it out. We did the whole van, and while we're waiting for that to dry so we can clean it up and even it out, we are going to polyurethane, we are going to waterproof the edges of our subfloor where the doors are.
And we're going to use poly on just the outside edges that are going to be exposed here, and then on the sliding door, because the gaps and cracks and the vinyl planks will seal the rest. So we just want to make sure nothing can damage the wood from here and seep in.
This is what we're using to waterproof our subfloor. I don't know if it's exactly polyurethane, but all I know is it's weatherproof and it is waterproofing, so let's do it. Okay, we just finished, and I just went a couple inches inward to the subfloor just for extra protection, but gotta wait for this to dry and cut this off soon.
Yeah, that's still got a little while to dry though, all the way around. So, time to wait. Somebody's getting their hands dirty.
Huh?
All right. So, the gaps and cracks is pretty much dry. And we are cutting it, as you can see. Want to peel some of the stuff off that's on the subfloor, but it won't be that hard. Once we get all the excess cut off, we'll be ready to start laying floor. Probably gonna start on the left side, the driver's side. Go back from there, cut off where I need to. Start with I'll start with the extra piece that I cut off up at front and just keep on rolling. Subfloor is all nice and clean for the most part. We got all the extra foam, gaps and cracks peeled off around the edges. Now it's time to actually put the floor in. I was originally going to start in that corner, but I think I'm going to start on this one because this is a flat edge for sure. So I'm just going to line the plank up with this edge so that I know we're straight. Of course, I got to start right here with this little curvature, but I think I got it nice and traced out from our tracing tools and extended it onto here. So now we're going to try and cut this vinyl. Haven't done this yet, so we'll see how smooth it goes. But whenever you have to do these crooked angles and stuff, I'm not sure how smooth it's gonna go. we used our curvature tool to get this corner around it here, and you know, we drew it out. We did like a solid cut on the top to get it outlined, and typically if it's just a straight line you can just snap it, but when it's a corner you can't just snap it because of physics, whatever. It is definitely a little tricky, but we made a little progress. We got our second piece, our second plank snapped in. We got it all lined up, and now we're gonna run into another beautiful curve to get around. Alright, so we got some of our floor paneling started. The first strip on the passenger side, we got a few of them linked into each other. We got the curvature of the wheel well done over there. Kind of learning how to use them with the curves and get it cut now though. And obviously the middle is going to be easier, it's just straight planks. But we're going to call it a day because that was exhausting. And start fresh tomorrow.
All right, we're back on the next day, well rested and ready to finish the floor today. Yesterday, we spent a lot of time getting the grasp on how to do the curvatures, so today should be pretty efficient in getting all that done and getting the rest of the curves done with little to no problems. For this area over here, we just snipped off a piece that was the full length, and then we were able to just take little measurements and draw out this curvature without too many like issues or having to use the curvature tool, except for this little part. And then this strip that is going to be missed, we're just going to grab a leftover piece of plank and put it in here. So I'll show you what this piece is looking like now as Ricky's working on it.
This is the fit back here. Looks like it's a little snug right here. So, but the shape is actually really good. Just I need to pull a little more away from this inside curve right here, and we'll be able to sit down perfect. All right, so our first full row is completed. Good news. That's most likely the hardest row we're going to have to do. But we got it all through here. We got the curvature, and then there was like a little baby piece we had to put back here so there wouldn't be like a little 2-inch gap over here. But we got it all together. Fits pretty good. Start on the second row and go from there.
And if you've been wondering what I've been doing the whole time as Ricky's kicking butt on the floor, I have been doing something. I've been priming and sanding our CR Lawrence window frame, which I'll show you over here. Just waiting for it to dry so I can sand and prime it again. Aussie, what have you been doing? Nothing?
Dropping this frisbee in here.
That's what Aussie's been doing. No. Sit. Sit. Thank you. All right, let's keep busting out the floor.
gotten it about halfway done. I just want to kind of go over how to throw these in case somebody watching doesn't know how. It's really not that hard. So they're like the tongue and groove vinyl planks. Just make sure I got a clean surface, and then you want to use the groove side for your previous one, and then the tongue side on your next plank, and you slide the long edge in first. So you want to make sure you got it here, and then you butt it up to the next one, and then as you're making sure it stays pretty flat, you'll snap in the top edge. Be careful when using your hammers. I just, try to use a mallet or something with a soft end, because you don't want to scratch or scuff up your planks. This is all we had, so we're kind of risking it. But once you get the top edge in, you kind of want to lift up a little bit just to shove it in there as much more as you can to get that seal between the planks. And then you're going to want to get a like a hammering block that you're going to put here, and then you're going to hammer it all the way up the length of the panel, and then there you go. We have a nice sealed, connected plank. Again, these probably aren't the most ideal tools. This is what we had on hand. They make blocks meant for things like this that you can get at the store. I think they're made out of like either plastic or like a softer material. This wood can chip and whatnot, and then again, I would recommend a mallet. But if this is all you got, it works. And there you have it. We have a new beautiful floor. We're both super excited about it. We've been staring at it for like the last half hour. But we've finished up all the corners, the edges, all the nice little, tedious pieces. It is completely finished up.
It's such a relief to have it done. It took one weekend, and it looks really good. Even though it wasn't the color we wanted, it still looks fantastic, and we are stoked.
Very happy. Now on to the next project.
Yep, till the next project.
Said I gotta run away, get away now. Too many games and they all trying to play out. Too many people and they all start to change now. Let me take a bet, they gon' know my name now. Yeah, we came a long way, but it's one way. Got a long way to go like it's Monday. Someday gotta be in LA. No, I gotta make it work out like chess.